My grandmother passed away earlier this year. She would have been 105 years old at our family reunion on July 4th. July 4th is always precious to us because that's when my wife Cindy and I got married in 1998, and we called it our Day of Interdependence. Grandma said something shortly after our oldest son was born. We were driving back to Tennessee, and I offered for her to ride up front, and she did not want to ride up front. She wanted to ride in back with the baby, and she was 80 years old, wanted to be there with the baby. The Miles was still facing backwards. And as we were driving, Cindy and I asked Grandma a question. I knew that she had raised 6 fine children. She'd been married well over 50 years. She had foster raised dozens, like 40, 50, 60 kids, and knew a lot about, especially boys, what makes them tick, and how to raise good children who can stand in the face of hardship. And so I asked Grandma, I said, what's the secret? What do we need to do? And her response was so plain and so true and yet so frustrating at the same time. She said, Jeffrey, just love him. And we've come to learn that doesn't always mean what you think it means. Some days love looks like holding a kid who's just scraped his knee and rocking him back and forth. Sometimes it looks like disciplining a child who has not learned that if they act that way in the real world's going to hurt them bad. Sometimes love looks like drawing them in close and keeping them near and fighting off the dragons of this world for them until you can fight them off with them. Sometimes it looks like watching them walk away with that sinking feeling in your heart that if they come back, it's going to be a while, and it's going to be a lot of pain between now and at the point they decide to come back. I've learned in all of this, when Paul says the greatest of these is love, everything else is commentary. From the front cover to the back cover of your Bible, the greatest of these is love. And everything else is just trying to unpack and help us make sense of what that means. What does it mean eternally? And what does it mean on a Monday morning or a Tuesday morning or a Friday night when you got the world chasing?